Thankfully, that was on mute. On mute, lads. Better tell everybody on Twitter that I'm live. Crying out loud. It's a bit better, innit? This is a bit better. For anybody watching on the replay, this is the usual story. This is the intro before the intro. The pre-show before the pre-show, as they say. Brew. Flaming hell, you're the first one here. Morning, pal. See you in the Hangouts with Boona just a minute ago. Where's he now? Where is he? Right, just going to tweet this nonsense out. Nope, wrong one. Still suspended on Twitter. On my original account. Still suspended. It's nice to see Twitter get back to nobodies. Gabriel de Rop. Ozil, you were here last night, weren't you? Kobe Miranda. Yeah, you were here last night. What am I doing, lads? Oh yeah, I've got to copy a link. What does that look like on the screen, actually? Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Did anybody see on... I'll bring it up in a second, actually. Ah, good, it does work. Cool. I wanted to do an ode to, is it FPL Sophie and Dread FPL and Andrew Martin? They're all doing a, I don't know what the hell it was called. Hashtag FPL other talents or something like this. And I wanted to quickly do one for Harbour Boy. Gary, as he's known, see on here he's Harbour Boy. On Planet FPL he's Gary. Isn't that right, Gary? We are live. Live. If you're on Twitter, now talking all things official FPL. Click the link below. If you're on Twitter and you follow us at Elite FPL, why not, if you want to retweet it, go retweet it. Get an additional 2 or 3 people to join us. We're gonna do something trolly in a minute. Blimey, the chat's quiet. Do you know what? What I'm going to deliberately do is get a picture of that face there. Right, that's what I should have done. You don't have a clue what I'm doing here. You don't have a clue what I'm doing. I'll just send that out, right. Jesus Christ, that is hilarious. Let's send that on. If you go on Twitter now, at Elite FPL, you'll see exactly what I mean when you see this ridiculous picture that I've just put up. Look at that face. Look at that face. Got to put the old emoji in. Right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I wanted to do the old thing for Sophie and Martin, didn't I? Andrew Martin. The irony, there's more likes than viewers at the moment. How does that work? Sultan Saeed. And another individual I have not seen for ages. And morning, pal. Vince. Wow, just turned on and blimmin' out. I've never been so close to you. I did, if you remember... Jesus Christ. Don't drink vitamin C with toothpaste. Not literally putting toothpaste. I actually did a combination yesterday of coffee with salt. And I just wanted to be sick. But combination of toothpaste and vitamin C. I have done them on members' videos, but the problem is that they just seem to buffer all the time. Morning, Rodrigo. The old Family Guy. And Bruce saying, Rodrigo is my first target. And what target for what? Yeah, Brew. What do you mean target for what? Oh dear, Brew. Swearing on the channel. You're a moderator, mate. You should be setting an example for others. Right, so this is for Gary. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna deliberately record this. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. Oh no, I can't. Damn, I actually can't do it. Oh, that's annoying. That's actually really annoying. I wanted to quickly show you something. Andrew, where's Dread FPL? Dread FPL, where are you? Or was it FPL Sophie? Let's just quickly record this. Get it down, get the camera down, and do it on selfie mode. And here we go, for laughs, for giggles, for jokes. So essentially, I saw on Twitter earlier that FPL Sophie and Andrew Martin and Dread FPL were singing some songs together, something to do with FPL talent show or some malarkey like that. So I'm going to do my own talent version, which is, this is for Harbour Boy. He can talk, I can sing! And that's it. Harbour Boy will be, unless you're a Simpsons fan, you'll understand this. You'll understand that joke. Is there any Simpsons fans out here that actually understand that specific thing? And I took a break from FPL content, Steve, having a shocking season. You've been watching the members' videos. Having a shocking season, it was impacting my mood, refreshed and I did it wasn't specifically about you, obviously, but I did a members video about that. Morning, Rajan. Vince saying, any chance you fancy rating/slating my wildcard? Stick in the Discord, just stick in the team live screenshots and yeah, crack on, mate. Of course, yeah, get on with it. I'm 8 points on the game. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Dave Lister, morning. You were on there last night with Jason. Rodrigo, I'm 8 points above you on the predictor. Are you nearly swore then? I wanted to bring that up actually quickly. I can sing. Gotta be serious. Do you like these? Let me know. Do you like these intro before the intro? What am I looking for again? Oh yeah, Elite FPL School Predictor. Do you like these intros before the intros, before we actually get into some serious business? Got to get serious. Hold on a minute. Let me just tweet at Steve O'Real Talk. Jesus Christ. Hold on a minute. FPL Sophie and Andrew Martin. Yes. Here we go. At Sophie. There she is. At Andrew Martin. At Dread FPL. But Dread FPL should be here. There we are. Done. That can be retweeted as well. Yeah, I wanted to look at thingy. Oh, can you hear that music? Can you hear that amazing music being played? Right, view rankings, isn't it? You're above me, you say, Rodrigo. Now, great. So I'll be following what you're saying in the chat. You're the guy that I keep saying has got the most ridiculous name in there. RMOF. I know it makes sense. Well, what does the FSLB stand for? So Bilal's on 1070. Lino's really caught up with him. Lino's now 3 points behind Bilal. Then you got FPL Maestro. He's like pretty much cemented third now. He's 20 points, 27 points ahead of Firetog. Then you got Paul C. And then it's a bit of a gap between Venky's. I haven't even broke the 1,000-point mark, which is annoying. Ray Joyce has caught up with me. I had a shocker last week, annoyingly. I'm in 8th now. Damn. Yeah, so score predictor going pretty well at the moment. Sultan Said saying, I've been watching the replays. Good lad. Not being able to catch the live streams. Yeah, that's very good. Steve, are you gonna? Gavin Gould saying, are you gonna activate your wild card? I haven't got a wild card, Gavin. My team was changed ages ago. Absolutely ages ago on wild card because it was just destroyed. Who's at the top? It's Bilal. Bilal's at the top of the score predictor brew. EliteFPL.com. Denver. I don't know why Jason's stream was short. I don't know. Was at work predicting par 2-0 scorelines. Yeah, funny you say that. Pretty much every scoreline I've gone with this week is 2-1. Pick 2 to start. Lingard, Son and Iheanacho. And it's a toss of the coin between Lingard and Son. I go with Son. Lingard. Lingard. Mitzcra saying, your transfer plans this week, Steve-O. I'll show you on Twitter. Oh, get to the jobber. There you are, Vince. So I've just seen that. Well, I didn't see it, but I've just decided to do that impression. Oh. Nuclear Atoms, you're too young for that. Nuclear Atoms, if you actually know what that is, let us know. Should we go on with the intro? How many people are here watching now? 30 people, right, let's get on with it. Let's hit that intro. See you in a minute, lads.
In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the latest Elite FPL show with myself, Steve, where, of course, it is approaching. In fact, today's the day. Today's the day. Does anybody know what that reference is? Seize the day. In-betweeners will. When they go into theme park, whatever it's bloody called. Anyway. Yeah, good morning everybody and welcome to Deadline Day Game Week 31, where of course today is the day where everybody's going to be panicking about what transfers they're going to be making, what wildcard their decisions they're making. I've just seen Vince Chapman's wildcard team. Rubbish. So, essentially, yeah, it's the usual story. Every Thursday, Friday morning, I go through what my score predictions are. You're in you're in very, very, very good company, because not only have you got myself, who's in the top 10 in the score predictor game, as we just talked about, we've got Bilal, we've got Rodrigo. There's a reference for you, Johnson. Family Guy. Rodrigo. I think he says Rodrigo, whatever his name is. So we're doing exceptionally well. Bilal, in fact, is actually top of the score predictor game, which is, I'm telling you now, absolutely amazing achievement. He's doing, 10,000th in the world? Bilal, something like that, near the top 10,000. So obviously the, score predictions are helping him. It doesn't actually help, Fire Talk, but... And it's not particularly helping, but it is helping me. It's just a shame. I sound like a broken record. It's a shame that I don't go through with my decisions, apart from last week when Jota paid off. But other than that, the rest of my game week was absolutely appalling. Oh, Bilal's 46k. 46k. Well, I think 10. Oh, you've dropped Bilal. But, excuse me. But yes, hold on a minute. Here's one for Blonde. If I can just quickly mute myself. I had McCoy's Peri Peri fire flavour, and essentially, it's not good for the stomach. Paulie, why were you talking about kill switch engages in due time? It's a rubbish. Well, I say it's a rubbish song. It's actually talking of which, I was actually listening into a podcast, that 90s wrestling podcast, and they were reviewing 1992 Royal Rumble. And by pure coincidence, I'd watched it just a few weeks ago because WWE released it on their YouTube channel. And I thought, I may as well watch it, listen into it. One of the things that they brought up was the fact that on I think it was like January the 19th, 1992, Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen was top. And one of the things was that, have you heard that challenge where if you had a gun stuck to your head and the individual with the gun said, right, this is your choice. You get to choose any song on the planet and you have to get every single word right to the song. If you do that, I will not kill you. However, if you get one word wrong, I will kill you. Well, by pure coincidence, Paulie, my song that I know every single word to is Kill Switch Engage's My Last Serenade. So there we are. Steve, I saw the clip of Get Me to the Chopper scene on YouTube, but I haven't seen the Predator movie. You have to watch Predator. Predator is one of the greatest movies ever made. Absolutely stunning. Really, really good film. Rodrigo is watching the stream while in class. Rodrigo, mate, number one, what class are you doing? And number two, why are you not... studying is the bloody word I'm looking for. I definitely don't know every lyric to my song. When are you singing, Steve? I'm not going to be singing. You can forget that right now. You forget it. I definitely don't know any lyric to any song. Bilal's saying, why not? Blues, you're watching the stream on a plane. Where are you flying to? I know you're in America. I know you sound exactly like Block FPL. Where are you flying to? I think my song would be Tequila. Paulie, in fact, should we do a live reaction? Disgusting Steve, the banished nuclear atoms. He hasn't seen Predator. Yeah, that is disgraceful. Tequila. Right then, what do you reckon I'm going to think of the song Tequila? Who sings the song Tequila? Tequila song. If it's just the same thing over and over again, that doesn't count. I just arrived from California. Was this a local flight, so to speak? Is this the song? This is going to get us demonetized now, isn't it? Hold on a minute. Let's just quickly. Yeah. Forget it. Forget it. Members only. It hasn't it got one word? Yeah, exactly. Johnson saying I'd choose any song from High School Musical. Paulie, don't listen to it then. My proper one would be Billy Joel, We Didn't Start the Fire. Okay, let's find out what that specific song is. Billy Joel, as Paulie would say, Billy Joel, we didn't start the fire. We didn't start the fire. Here we go. Of course, I come off the internet. I'm so used to it. Madeline, what is Bruno's favourite tea? Lipton or Pennell tea? Good. Very, very good. Billy Joel, we didn't start the fire. Here we go. Come on. Play. Like I said, someone's going to have to donate money here. Oh. Nearly made me swear then. Oh my God. Johnson saying, Brew, classic matey. High School Musical from, of course, High School Musical 3. Right. We're not here to talk about music. We're here to talk about, the Gameweek 31 fixtures. Well, like I said, we've got 3 people right now, Rodrigo, myself and Bilal. We're going to be all predicting the scores along with yourself. So if you've got your score predictions at hand here, let us know. We're going to go through each game. I do have, so heads up, we do have 3 questions. 3 questions. 2 of them are about the assister, and the other one is about own goals. So own goals and the assister. Brew's going, so I've got to drop and got to go to a meeting. Thanks for the support. Yeah, cheers, Brew. Thank you. Cheers for stopping by. So, 3 questions about 3 specific fixtures upcoming. Like I said, I'll go through my scores. I've got the histories scores as well. And, I'll be able to let you know what Bilal and Rodrigo are thinking as well, which may or may not help you with your team selection. It certainly does. Like I said, I have always used my predictions for choosing my team and specifically my captain if I've got the bottle to actually go through my own thing, but whatever. So, obviously we kick off tonight with the inform away team in Fulham. Remember that. It's the inform away team in Fulham versus, of course, the inform, whereas at home they're terrible. Whereas they're facing a team which I believe, I'm gonna go on my favourite website. I believe Wolves have actually got a really good away record. Let's just officially confirm that, shall we? So Fulham's home record is as follows this season. They are bottom of that table. They've won 2, drawn 4, lost 10, scored only 9, conceded 23. Their last 3 matches they've lost, whereas Wolves away from home are okay. They're 15th, won 4, drawn 4, lost 7, scored 13, conceded 23. Wow, their last 3 results: draw, loss, draw. Can you guess what I'm going with? Yeah. So this is an extremely tough one to call, to be honest with you. I say struggling. I wasn't struggling at all. I did predict a Wolves win. I have predicted a Wolves win. This is going to be extremely tight. I know a lot of people are going to be going with Wolves defenders, Cody's. Well, a choice toss-up between Cody and Saiss. Whoever's the cheapest, I'd go with them. From an attacking perspective, and Neto, I think value for money, 5.7. Go for it. Got some great fixtures upcoming, but I have gone for a Wolves win. I've gone 1-0 to Wolves. However, like I said, this is going to be an extremely tight game. No messing about here. It's not going to be easy for Wolves whatsoever. Can I see it being 0-0? Absolutely. Can I see it being 1-1? Can I see it even being 1-0 to Fulham? Absolutely. But I've gone 1-0 to Wolves. I think tonight is the night where they actually go and get their first win in a while. And Gabriel de Rock, what's he donated? Thank you for the kind. That's covered your membership for 2 months. Cheers, dude. Thank you, pal. Oh my god, I've got one for the members actually. I've got a few stories for members videos. So in Steve-O's extra time after this, look forward to them, so to speak. And it does actually concern that. Rodrigo saying, what site do you use? Basically, it's whoscored.com. Whoscored.com. I absolutely love that. Rodrigo's going 1-0 to Wolves. What a surprise. Blocking me off, are we? Denver 0-0. Gabriel de Rock 0-0. Someone said 1-1. Fulham 1, Wolves 1. Bilal is saying. Kobe Miranda 1-0 to Wolves. Mikros is saying 1-1. It looks like we're all in the same ballpark. We're all in the same ballpark here. Madeline's saying Podence is also back. Dread FPL, we were just slagging you off, mate. So because you've missed that, sorry, pal. We know you won't know what we've been talking about. Nuka Adams just quickly saying 80s movies always seem kind of weird to me, so I didn't search the Predator up to watch it. Maybe it's the production because I'm used to watching movies with modern CGI rubbish. And on that note, Nuka Adams is going with 1-0 to Wolves. I think we're all agreeing it's going to be a tight game, and didn't we say that last week about a particular fixture? Oh yeah, Southampton Burnley was the most open game imaginable, and we'll get to them in a minute. So moving, the history's going 2-1 to Wolves. Now this is an interesting one. Jason obviously last night is predicting Man City to score extremely heavily in this next fixture. It is the lunchtime kickoff tomorrow. Man City up against Leeds. A lot of people are waving the flag for Kevin De Bruyne captaincy. Jason's concerned about Aguero. Vince Chapman, I'm not going to spoil it, but he's gone and captained a Man City player, a player that I haven't mentioned. Jason was thinking 4-0, 4-1. What are you guys thinking? Because I'm at loggerheads here. Man City, when they played Leicester last week, did a professional job. They were very good in that game. Leicester, don't get me wrong, were terrible until Maddison came on. There's a tip for you, Maddison. Hey, Cameron, morning, pal. Leeds, on the other hand, you don't know what to expect. They got a 1-1 draw last time. Let's just quickly look at specifically when that was. So that was on, funny, that was a 12:30 kickoff as well. No, it wasn't. That's the upcoming fixture. My apologies. Idiots. It was on my birthday. My birthday. Vince, this is for you. It's my birthday. What's that, mate? What's that off? Well, what's that off? So it was a 5:30 kickoff on the 3rd of October. Raheem Sterling scoring. Torres assist. Rodrigo replying. The team for Man City that day was Ederson, Walker, Diaz, Laporte and Mendy, Foden, another Rodrigo, De Bruyne, and De Bruyne that day hit the post, Torres, Mahrez and Sterling in a 1-1 draw, Rodrigo being a substitute. This game I think is going to be a lot more comfortable for Man City. I think that it is going to be the classic professional job here. 2-0. I'm going to be putting 3-0. I'm going to be putting 3-0 down here. Can I see Leeds scoring? I can. But Man City's home record, if we just quickly look at it, it's ridiculous. You cannot get away from Man City's home record. They are absolutely storming the home league. If we look at it now, so they are top. 12 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses, scored 36, conceded 13. So essentially their average score is almost like 3-3-1, something like that. Leeds away from home, they are better. They haven't drawn any games. They've won 7, lost 8, drawn 0, scored 26, conceded 30. So this could actually be a very high scoring game if Leeds and Man City go at it. I don't think they will, because obviously Man City have the Champions League next week. So that's why I'm thinking 2-3-0. I've got 3-0 down here. The history's going 3-1. Let's see what you individuals are saying here. Denver saying 4-1. Kevin De Bruyne captain. Well, if you remember last season, it was the classic thing of whenever City are at home to teams like this, always captain De Bruyne. He always comes in with a double-digit haul. Cameron Rawcliffe saying 3-1 City. Mick Russ is saying 3-1 City. Johnson 3-1 City. We're all expecting Leeds to score. Rodrigo isn't. 2-0 to City. Kobe Miranda 3-0. Bilal saying a professional job. 2-1 to Man City. Nuka Adams 3-1. Armand Dillon, hello mate. Hello pal. I'm going to do an impression of Prasantha if you're watching. I told you to watch live. I'm now mentioning your name. Prasantha. Ah, from the Himalayas. That's what he was doing, man. He was saying that to me at work. Not all day, obviously. But he was saying to me that essentially, Armand Dillon, all the way from the Himalayas. That's all he kept doing to me. Madeline saying 3 or 4-1 to City. Mazat Ozil saying 1-0 to City. Madeline saying, I think Leeds can score 1 at least. Yeah, but which one are you going to be benching? Which Leeds attacker are you going to be benching? Have you sold them? Still no quiz questions yet. It will be coming up soon though. Liverpool Aston Villa, another game in which Jason is debating on who to captain. I think he's going to end up. So he's got the captaincy on Kevin De Bruyne at the moment. He then mentioned about Kevin De Bruyne. He mentioned Aguero, Salah, Jota. I have a feeling he's going to captain Jota. He's taken a -8. I don't know where the hell that came from, but Jason has taken a -8. I think he's going to captain Jota for Liverpool versus obviously Liverpool versus Aston Villa. I don't think he's. I have a feeling that this is going to be a lot tighter than what people think. I don't think this is going to be an annihilation. Liverpool, as we all know, at home have been absolutely awful. Here we go. Let's just quickly go through the home record here. Liverpool at home, 1-7, drawn 2, lost 6, scored 22. Conceded 18, and look at that. Here Steve, would you look at that? Who's that an impression of? Here Tone, have a look at that. Last 6 fixtures at home. Liverpool 0, Burnley 1. Liverpool 0, Brighton 1. Liverpool 1, Manchester City 4. Liverpool 0, Everton 2. Liverpool 0. there's a pattern here. Chelsea 1. And finally, Liverpool 0. Fulham 1. So actually, we should all be predicting a 1-0 to Aston Villa. Aston Villa's away record. 1-7, drawn 3, lost 5. Not a bad away record. Goals scored 19, conceded 12. I think this is going to be a lot tight. Aston Villa do not worry me at all. I've just found out on Twitter, Ben Dinnery saying that the injury to Grealish is continuing. So there we are. Madeline saying Villa without Jack Grealish. Yeah, they're going to put up a brick wall. The game against Fulham was it was pants, in my opinion, I turned it off to continue watching Breaking Bad. But yeah, Liverpool versus Aston Villa is going to be really tight. I've got it down as 2-0. I don't think it's going to be what Jason was saying last night, being worried of Salah. I would not be worried at all. Bilal saying 1-0 to Liverpool. So there we are. Listen. Bilal, myself, and Rodrigo. Here we go. Bilal, Rodrigo, and myself. We're all thinking Liverpool going to keep a clean sheet. You know, this is when you want to be listening to the tips from us. If you do come here for tips, score predictions. We're all expecting Liverpool not to score that many. So there we are. There we are. Johnson saying 2-1 to Liverpool. Denver 2-1. Paul hopefully maybe 1-0. Madeline's saying what he said about Jack Grealish. Yep. 2-1 Aston Villa. Aston Villa, Newcastle is saying they can't score, mate. They look terrible against Fulham until we all know what happened. Kobe and Randa 2-1. 2-0 or 2-1 to Liverpool, Madeline is saying. Paulie's saying, Steve, did you notice that on the fixture ticker, Liverpool away has turned into a grey game? It's not a red anymore. To be honest, I don't look at anything of that, to be honest with you, Paulie, so I can't comment. Dread FPL, as a Liverpool fan, is saying 3-0. 3-0 to Liverpool. Thinking that Mane will finally get a goal. Ramanathan, Watkins won't score. He got his goal last week. Bilal, the only tip I have is to ignore my prediction. What do you mean ignore your predictions? You're top of the predictor game. No, that's the one thing we will listen to you on. Now Watkins isn't scoring in this. It's going to be a They got flaming Real Madrid next week, haven't they? Real Madrid next week, so yeah, I would. I think this week is a bit of a hard one when it comes to captaincy, but yeah. Now then, listen up, everybody. I've got a question about this next fixture. Crystal Palace versus Chelsea, so listen up. But yes, it is Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. Last week, Chelsea in a shock 5-2 defeat. Dave Lister is saying 3-0 to Liverpool, and I'm going to go Jota captain. Good on you, lad. But I'm definitely not what do you call it? Confident on Jota. Dread FPL saying Klopp will probably use it as a practice of how he'll address. Well, what I see it as is a thing in which, well, Real Madrid are completely different opponents to Aston Villa, so obviously, so Liverpool will find it a bit easier, less intense, and I do think that Aston Villa will make it difficult, but I just think Liverpool will just about get through. It will be the front three of Mane, Salah and Jota. It has to be. They are the best three. You may even put all four on, kill off the game, and then that's it. Bring off the big guns. That's what I would do. Just try and go for it. But yeah, on to Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. I'm expecting this to be extremely tight. I'm expecting this to be very tight. Chelsea away from home, 1-7, drawn 4, lost 4. The last 4 away, the last 3 have been draw 1, drawn. So we all know how the pattern goes. They drew 1-1 with Southampton. They beat Liverpool 1-0, and then they drew with Leeds 0-0. So expect a clean sheet. Whereas Crystal Palace at home, as I expect, they're okay at home. 1-5, drawn 5, lost 5. Scored 15, conceded 21. Last 3, drawn and 1. 0-0 versus Fulham. 0-0 versus Man United. And finally, if it comes up, when it actually does, 1-0 versus West Brom. So, 0-0 everybody. 0-0. That's what the current form is saying, 0-0. I'm thinking 1-0 to Chelsea. Chelsea can't score, but Crystal Palace like to concede. Crystal Palace will put up a brick wall. Crystal Palace with Zaha do look good. They looked all right against Everton, but the reality being is that I think Chelsea will be too strong, and I expect it to be 1-0 to Chelsea. But again, it's going to be the classic thing of it's going to be an extremely tight game. Play your Chelsea defenders, absolutely. Madeline's saying an Alonso hauling coming. Yes, the quiz, good point. I'll do the question next. Thank you for reminding me. Mikros is saying 2-0 to Chelsea. Denver 3-0 to Chelsea. Bilal, listen up. 2-0 to Chelsea. Zimmy saying 2-0 to Chelsea. Rodrigo, 2-0. It's a lot of 2-0s, 1-0s. 1-0 Chelsea. Dredd is saying a lot of... Cameron's also saying 2-0. A lot of 2-0s and 1-0s here. So, yes, thank you, Paul. Yes, it is weird. Mick Summers. Morning, Steve-O. Morning. Ramanathan. 1-0 or 2-0 to Chelsea with Mount's going to help again. So here's the quiz question. Listen up. No cheating. Listen up, everybody. Come on. What is... That's off Faulty Towers, Vince. That's off Faulty Towers. The quiz question is this. Which Chelsea player scored... start again, shall we? Which Chelsea player assisted Kante? Which Chelsea player assisted Kante when they beat Crystal Palace 1-0 on the 30th of December 2018? No cheating. Which Chelsea player assisted Kante in their 1-0 win at Selhurst Park in a 1-0 victory on the 30th of December 2018? No, it wasn't Danny Drinkwater. No, it wasn't Callum Hudson-Odoi. And no, it wasn't Azpilicueta. And no, Danny Willian. No, it wasn't Bilal. It was not Willian. It's a tough one. Abraham. No, it was not Abraham Mikras. Cameron Rawcliffe. He's normally quite good at this. Kovacic. No, but he was there. Newcrams. No, Kovacic. Azpilicueta. No, it wasn't. I'll give you a clue. It was a defender. A defender did assist. Azpilicueta opening game, Stephen. No. Barkley, no. Ray Braith. Morning, pal. That's not the answer, though. Morning all is not the answer. It was a defender, yes. Morata was playing, but no, it wasn't Morata. Alonso, no, it wasn't Maxim, no. Paulie, no. Christensen, no. It's a bit of a trick question. Let's make it a bit easier. Shall I make it a bit easier? The player doesn't play for them anymore. Doesn't play for Chelsea anymore. Rudiger, no, it wasn't. Ramanathan, Christensen, no. Emerson, no, it wasn't. Bilal, Johnson, Rudiger. Wow, this seems to be the hardest question for a lot of people. Hey, Dread FPL. Congratulations. It was David Luiz. Dread, be honest, did you know that? Did you know it, or... how did you come to the answer of Louise? That'd be interesting. Hello, Marios. MSK, morning, pal. Morning. Okay. On to, what was the question? It doesn't matter now, Rodrigo. Right, yeah. So it was the clue that gave it away. Paulie. Of course he didn't. That's a terrible impression. Hello. So yeah, we're all expecting Liverpool Aston Villa to be a tight game, hence why everybody's bringing in a Liverpool defender and they're going to concede. Moving on to Burnley versus Newcastle. Yeah, he was the only one left, exactly. Burnley versus Newcastle. Bilal said last week it was going to be the worst game of the weekend. It turned out to be the best game of the weekend. Newcastle also played in a game in which I thought wasn't going to be that great. Actually turned out to be really, really enjoyable. Newcastle looked absolutely fantastic. Ramanathan saying another tight game. So last week, just to give everybody a bit of a tip here. So every single season without fail, Burnley, when they know they're relatively safe, they let the shackles off. They don't defend, as you've probably noticed over the last few weeks, hence why there's been so many goals. And I'm expecting this to be really, really open what's that, Paulie? So I'm expecting this to be an extremely open game, however, to the detriment of us, Burnley. I think if Newcastle play like they did against Tottenham, they're going to batter us. I'm expecting this game to be very open. Last week's result was disappointing, mine. But baby, baby, give it up. I don't know what that. Paulie, I don't have a clue what that is, mate. I'll just say it's Falling in Reverse. Falling in Reverse. Anybody know them? Falling in Reverse. Do you want to say that again, Steve-O? Yeah, I will say it again. Falling in Reverse. So Burnley versus Newcastle. I'm actually saying Newcastle will beat us 2-1. I'm going 2-1 to Newcastle. Bilal, here we go. Bilal saying 2-1, but to Burnley. 1-0. Burnley, most boring game of the week. Dave Lister, 2-1. Vidra and Wood to score. Vidra's got his 1 goal of the season, so he's never going to score again. Wood scoring? Yeah, I can see that. MSK, Burnley 1-1. 1-0, Rodrigo is saying so. Myself is saying 2-1 Newcastle, but the two that are ahead of me, Rodrigo and Bilal, are going 2-1. Bilal saying to Burnley, well, both predicting a Burnley win, and 1-0. 2-2, Dread FPL is saying. Kobe Miranda 2-1 Burnley. Nuke Rams 2-1 Burnley. Armand Dillon 2-0. McNeil, I'll tell you what, everybody. McNeil could be a nice little punt, but I think he's just a bit too expensive. I think there's better players out there. So yeah, I'm expecting this to be a very open game and a 2-1 win to Newcastle. Moving on to the next fixture, which is actually, what is it, a top 4? Well, not a decider, but a top 4. What do you call it? If Vidra scores this week, you'll have to join us in the Discord Hangouts this time. Steve-O, if Vidra scores in the... I ain't got time. If I did that, I'd just do a members video. Just recording you all. Dread. Think about it. Dread. Still haven't contacted me, have you? Krishna saying, I have Nick Pope, so please clean sheet possibility for Burnley. No, sorry mate, ain't happening. If Newcastle play like they did last week, they're going to score more than 1 goal. I'm sorry mate, but yeah. So West Ham Leicester, this is probably along with Man United Spurs the most important game of the week, and it actually has something relying on it. If we look at the table here in front of me, Leicester are third with 56 points. West Ham are fourth with 52 points. So obviously it's in West Ham's favour if they win. Obviously with Chelsea as well, Tottenham, Liverpool all on their backs. This is really, really a must-win it's a must-win for both. But West Ham especially, to really keep them in that top 4 positioning, or keep them in the race at least. So I'm sad to say this, Hammers fans. Flaming out. I think you're going to lose. I think you're going to lose this week. I've got you down as... the Burnley Newcastle game, the history saying 2-1. Oh, and in the Chelsea game, I didn't tell you the history, what it was saying for Chelsea game. It's saying 3-1. Chelsea do like to play Crystal Palace. They do like scoring in that particular fixture. They're going 3-1. So West Ham versus Leicester. No, Antonio doesn't look like he'll play. And I just don't... I honestly don't think that West Ham have got much about him without Antonio. Can I see them scoring? I can. It's going to be bloody tight. West Ham's record at home, mind, is excellent, and so is Leicester's away form. West Ham at home are second in the table, 1-8, drawn 4, lost 3, scored 26, conceded 18. Last 3 fixtures, beat Tottenham 2-1, once it loads up, beat Leeds 2-0, and then they drew 3-3. So it looks like they could be scoring goals, but remember Antonio was fit. Whether he scored or not, it doesn't matter. He does help the team get those goals. So it looks like at home they do like to. In fact, their fourth game back was a 3-0 victory. So it looks like they like to score at home. Leicester, on the other hand, are second in the table. 1-10, drawn 4, only lost 1, scored 28, conceded 13. Their last 3, 1 drawn 1. Well, actually, in fact, there's a pattern going on here. Drawn 1, drawn 1, drawn 1. So you know what's going to happen tomorrow. Probably 2-2. So away at Everton, they drew 1-1. Away at Fulham, they won 2-0. Then they drew 0-0 with Wolves. Then they won 2-1 against Leicester. They drew 1-1 with Burnley. Then they beat, once it pops up here, they beat Brighton 2-1 So it's looking like maybe potentially like a 0-0, 1-1, something like that. That's what the form table is saying. But I'm still going with a Leicester victory. Didn't Maddison look good when he came on? Maddison looked fantastic when he came on, and I'm expecting him to help Leicester to a really, really good victory against West Ham. But it really wouldn't sign. It's going to be a tight game, though. It's going to be a tight game. What did Bilal and Rodrigo say along with myself? So, blimey, there's a lot of people here now. There's a lot of people talking. Denver saying this could be either drab 0-0 or a 3-2 win for the Foxes. Rodrigo 1-1. I'm expecting a good game. Absolutely. Cameron Rawcliffe 2-2. Bilal saying no Rice, no result for West Ham. Hence 2-1 to Leicester. We're ganging up on you now, Rodrigo. We're ganging up on you now. Vince is saying 3-3. I just missed that there. Kobe saying 3-1 Leicester. Newcastle 2-2. Rodrigo saying West Ham and Tottenham games, 2 of the best games this weekend. Yeah, absolutely. Johnson is saying 3-2 to Leicester. 3-2 to Leicester. Lingard's let's go equals a Lingardinho West Ham top on the way to Jason. Yes. Dave Lister is just copying what Bilal's saying. Bilal, you just copy. Dave Lister, you just copy and pasting. Mick Summers, may I ask you what you were expecting to see out of Torquay hotel window? Krakatooie. As Dred is saying here, yeah, hit that like and subscribe button. If you are new around here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I don't normally say it, but yeah. And if you want to support the show, why not become a member? There's going to be Steve-O extra time after this. I didn't see his content. Calm yourself down, Dave. Yeah, if you want to support the show, why not think about becoming a member? Pretty much almost daily videos, personalised videos to people that ask me questions is what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's the wording I'm looking for. So if you like extra content from myself and Jason, well, why not consider becoming a member? But anyhow, the D production morning power. Would you risk and captain Mendy or Azpilicueta this week? No, since all of the main players are playing tough games. No, they're not, mate. No, they're not. Man City is the issue with rotation. Liverpool, honestly, the way Aston Villa were playing last week, I'd expect Liverpool to batter them. I mean, admittedly, I've said it's going to be a tight game, but it wouldn't surprise me if Liverpool battered them. Mendy, I'm assuming you mean for Chelsea or Azpilicueta. It's a safe punt, but nah, not for me. D production. Although if you ask Bilal, Dread FPL saying 3-1 to Leicester. 3-1 to Leicester. So moving on to the next big game, the next important game of the weekend, it is Tottenham versus Man United. Tottenham off the back of a very disappointing 2-2. They were awful against Newcastle. Newcastle really should have won that game. There's no denying that. Man United, on the other hand, came through against Brighton. Should it have been a penalty? Should it not have been a penalty? I think it should have been a penalty. Ended up 2-1 in United's favour, just like it was last night, 2-0. Fernandes getting the penalty. What did someone say upstairs a minute ago? They said about what's his favourite tea? Penalty. Very, very clever there. I'm expecting this to be an extremely tight game. What did Bilal say about all these top games that Man United play? It's always 0-0. Well, guess what, Bilal? I'm thinking 0-0 myself. I'm officially going to put 1-1 because I do actually expect I'm expecting Kane to actually score in this game. Man United always find a way of scoring as well, hence why I've gone 1-1. But honestly, if it ended 0-0 or even 2-1 to United, I wouldn't be surprised. I really don't think Tottenham have got a chance in getting anything out of this game whatsoever. Let's just quickly see the home form. Tottenham 1-7. They're fifth. 1-7, lost 3, drawn 3, lost 4. Scored 25, conceded 14. The last 3, let's just see who they've beaten. 2-0 against West Brom. 4-0 against Burnley. 4-1 against Crystal Palace. Think about the opponents. They're all pants. Prior to that, they lost 1-0 to Chelsea. They lost once it pops up here. Come on, pop up. Now, come on. They lost 3-1 to Liverpool. And they drew... Who do they draw against? 1-1 with Fulham. So the two tough games, in fact, three of the tough games, Fulham, Liverpool and Chelsea, they have not won. And that's exactly what I'm expecting here. Man United away from home, 1-9, drawn 6, lost 0, scored a whopping 27, conceded 13. Their last three have been a draw and a win. But it's actually been 4 draws out of the last 6 with 2 wins. The last 3 being a draw against Chelsea, 0-0. A draw against Crystal Palace, you guessed it, 0-0. And they beat Brighton. Come on, pop up. They beat Manchester City 2-0. So it could be 0-0 or 1-0 to Tottenham, to Man United, something like that. But it is going to be extremely tight, I think. Cameron saying 2-1 to Spurs. Rodrigo really kind of in a way agreeing with me. Man United 2-1. Newcastle 3-2 to Man United. Come on. Spurs 1-1. Johnson saying. Denver saying 2-0. It's not even going to allow a counter-attacking game. Yeah, Bilal. We historically love a 0-0 in these top 6 games, but it's Spurs, so it's going to be 1-1. Zimmy saying 1-1. MSK saying 2-1 to Spurs. D Production saying Spurs versus Man United 1-0 to Mourinho. Always plays defensive against tough opponents. He does, but this season they've been pants, and I think they're going to get some basic, very, very basic game out of that. And I'm expecting, if anybody's going to win that, it's going to be Man United, in my opinion. But honestly, a draw. If I was going to put a pound on it, I'd probably put 1-1. We then move on to the evening kickoff, which Dread FPL has decided. Do you want to tell everybody in chat, Dread, what you've done? Dread FPL has decided to bring in Lacazette. Lacazette, everybody, and he's going to captain Lacazette against Sheffield United. Sheffield United at the moment at home, I believe they are bottom of the table. No, they're not bottom of the table. They're actually second from bottom. 1-3, drawn 1, lost 11. Scored 10, conceded 22. Their last 3 fixtures, lost 1, lost. That was 2-0 to Liverpool. They beat Aston Villa 1-0, and they lost 2-0 to Southampton. Arsenal, on the other hand, away from home, I think they're something like 7th or something, like maybe 8th. They're 10th. 1-3, drawn 6, lost 3, scored 22, conceded 17. Their last 3, 1 drawn. They beat Leicester 3-1, and then they drew 1-1 with Burnley, and they drew 3-3 with Arsenal. I'm expecting this to be an extremely tight game. So listen wisely, Dread FPL. I wonder what Dread actually is going to predict for this game, considering he's going to be captaining. He's changed his captain due to Odegaard being injured. I saw you put out a tweet, something to do with Odegaard, and you're going to have to get rid of him as well, and that means you're going to be having to take another hit. Oh dear. Denver saying 3-0 to Arsenal. I wonder why you've done that. Oh, because you bought in Lacazette on your wild card. MSK saying 1-0 to Sheffield United. Bilal 2-1 to Arsenal, only because it's Sheffield, no other reason. Rodrigo, here we go. Finally, we both agree on something. You've gone 1-0 Arsenal. I've gone 1-0 Arsenal. Cameron saying 3-1 Arsenal. Ramanathan 2-1 Arsenal. Zimmy 3-1 Arsenal. Arman Dillon 1-1. The next game, which has a lot of interest. Oh, I haven't even said the history. History for West Ham Leicester is saying 2-1 to Leicester. Tottenham Man United is saying 2-1 to Man United. And in that game, Sheffield United versus Arsenal 2-1. Next two games I've got questions on, so listen out for the question. But it is West Brom versus Southampton. Obviously, West Brom coming off the back of an incredible result, but they're going to be brought down to earth by Southampton in this. Their home record is shocking. 1-2, drawn 5, lost 8, scored 9, conceded 33. Their last 3, they beat Brighton 1-0. They lost to Everton 1-0, and they drew 0-0. So very, very low scoring games at West Brom the last 3, whereas Everton are storming the away record. 9 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses, 21 goals scored only, 15 against. The last 3, 1-1 lost. They beat Liverpool 2-0. They beat West Brom 1-0. And we're not even talking about Everton. We're supposed to be talking about Southampton. So, actually, their record is terrible. 4 wins, 4 draws, 7 losses. Scored 18, conceded 33. So they've conceded the exact same amount as West Brom have at home. Last 3 have been a loss, a 1 and a loss. They lost 1-0 to Everton. They beat Sheffield United 2-0. But then they lost to, once it pops up here, at some point today, they lost 5-2 to Southampton. Oh yeah, of course. To Man City. But the other 3 matches were also losses. So 0-0, 1-1. Now I've seen that, I'm going to change my mind. I've got it down as 2-0 to Southampton. I think I'm going to go 1-0 Southampton. No, I've said 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0. I initially had 2-1, but no, I'm going 2-0. The history's saying 2-1 to Southampton. What are the thoughts in chat? Zimmy saying 0-0. Newcastle 2-1 to Southampton. Bilal 2-1 to West Brom, considering a captain from this game. Danny Ings, Benny Jones. Rodrigo saying 2-1 to Southampton. So both Bilal and Rodrigo are expecting West Brom to score. Denver, of course, is thinking that Ings is going to get a double in a 3-0 victory. I've took out Lacazette for Ings. Good lad. Hello, Matthew. 1-1 draw. Yeah. Dave Lister, 3-2 to Southampton. Krishna saying Lacazette's contract is ending, so he'll put the game of his life to display his talents. I've just edited that. So he's going Lacazette captain. Forget it. I think, is there a very good chance of him getting something out of the game? Absolutely. At the end of the day, it's Sheffield United. Arsenal should be beating Sheffield United 4-0. Should do. But Arsenal are useless, so yeah, I wouldn't be putting my eggs in all one basket. So here's the quiz question. It's another assisting question. Okay. So, which player for Southampton assisted Jody Classy, how do you pronounce it? Jody Classy, in a 1-0 victory against West Brom? Now, I'm going to need to give you a date here. So, which player assisted Jody Classy in a 1-0 victory? I think it was 2018. I think. Are all these questions going to be about 2018? Yes. No. I've got stuff about 2020, 2007. I'll give you a date for that specifically. Pretty sure that was around 2018. 1-0 to Southampton. 2000, I believe, it may have been 2017 actually. Yes, it was. So Jody Classy scored in a 1-0 victory in 2017. Who got the assist for that goal? Mikra saying Bertrand. No. Newcastle Redmond. No. Redmond did play. So did Bertrand, but no. Ramanathan Redmond. No. Bilal Ward-Prowse. No. Cheers, Vince. Cheers, Vince. All right, pal. Yeah, I'll let you know what I think of your wild. Hey, Denver. Well done. Dusan Tadic. It was Tadic in a 1-0 victory. Ray Brave is saying, I'm captain Alonso or Salah, and he's thinking Vardy will get a hat-trick. The Vardy hat-trick? Have you seen Vardy's form lately? Nah, get a hold of yourself. Ain't happening. Captaining Alonso or Salah, though. Go for it. That day, it was Forster in goal, Cedric, Stevens, Yoshida, Bertrand, Højbjerg, Classy, who scored, Ward-Prowse, Tadic, Redmond, all behind Shane Long. Ooh. No one would ever get that. I was going to say which 3 players were subbed on for Southampton. Not even I know any of those particular players. I barely know the names. So, Ramanathan Tadic is now shining at Ajax. And then finally, we move on to the final game of the weekend. It's Brighton versus Everton. This is, I think this could be quite a good game, actually. It's going to be extremely tight. But I think this could be a really, really interesting game, this. I think in the West Brom game, by the way, the history's saying 2-1 to Southampton. I think this is going to be very close. But I think Everton are going to nick this. Just to give you an idea of Brighton's home record. Brighton at home are terrible. Only 2, drawn 7, mind. Lost 6, not conceded that many, conceded 16. Scored 16, conceded 19. The last 3 is a loss win. That loss, a 2-1 to Crystal Palace, 2-1 to Leicester, 3-0 against Newcastle. Whereas Everton away, they're 4th in the table, 1-9, drawn 2, lost 3. Last 3 being 1-1 loss. They beat Liverpool 2-0, beat West Brom 1-0. They lost 2-0 to Chelsea. I am expecting this to be very tight. I initially put it down as 2-0 to Everton. I'm going to give Brighton a goal. I've gone 2-1. The history's saying 3-1. I wonder what Bilal and Rodrigo are thinking in this particular fixture. Rodrigo's going 3-1 Everton. So very close. Yeah, a very open game then. Bilal's going 1-1. So you got 1-1, 2-1 and 3-1. Zimmy saying 2-1. Cameron saying 0-0. 0-0, end-to-end, missing chances for the full 90. Lalu 3. What about doubling Salah and Jota? Absolutely, I've already got it. Absolutely brilliant option, I think. Go for it. Matt Henley, hello mate. Always see your name in Let's Talk FPL. 2-1 to Everton, Richarlison to score. Of course he will. He's the away beast. Always scores away from home. Armand Dillon 0-0. Yeah, I was... wouldn't surprise me, but no, I'm expecting Everton to get something out of this game. Newcastle's 2-2. Denver saying 2-1. Well, here is the question. I think this is going to be the easiest question of the day. So, blimey, Dan's here. Everybody, we can all pick on Dan now because Dan said he couldn't join me. He said he's got work to do, and now all of a sudden he's here in the chat. Tic Tac. Haven't seen that name for a while. Morning, pal. Morning. So, bloody hell. So a question for this. Ramanathan's saying, Steve, which teams do you think will keep a clean sheet? Well, I can give you an idea of, officially, what are my predictions? I've gone Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Southampton, and probably Everton. But I think, and Wolves. In the grand scheme of things, I think best case scenario for clean sheets are probably Liverpool, because Aston Villa are toothless at the moment. Arsenal. Liverpool and Arsenal, I think, are about a 90%, 85-90% certainty of a clean sheet. I think then you got Man City with about an 80 to 85. Wolves/Fulham, I mean, it's 50-50, but if I was doing it in favour, I'd put it 1-0 to Wolves. I'm expecting Wolves to keep a clean sheet in that, really. So, yeah, really, it's Arsenal versus Liverpool, mate. I can't be much help there, but... let's get on with this quiz. Just this one quick quiz question for the Everton versus Brighton game, which happened... Now, a lot of you will remember this game. So, the last time this fixture was played at the Amex Stadium was on the 26th of October 2019. It ended 3-2 to Brighton. But, which 2 players scored a own goal in that particular game? Which 2 players scored an own goal in that 3-2 victory to Brighton? Let us know. So it was 3-2 to Brighton. There were 2 own goals, but which were the 2 players that scored the own goals? Let us know. Let us know in the chat what you think. Unless nobody's watching it because they're reacting to some breaking news that really has... Blimey, well, Cameron, I mean, you're clearly remembering this from a fantasy football perspective. Webster and Digne. Congratulations. Yes, it was Webster and Digne that got the goals. Morning, Corey. They were the ones that got the own goals in that 3-2 victory. And yeah, I'm afraid there has been some sad breaking news. I may as well bring it up on Twitter. I'll bring it up for 30 seconds. This is a live show at the end of the day. I'm not going to be quite as brutal as Vince. Oh, we don't want to show that. But I'm not going to be quite as brutal as Vince. But it appears that some sad breaking news has happened in the past few minutes where Prince Philip has passed away, aged 99. So there it is up on screen. I mean, this is a fantasy football channel. I'm not going to profess to be someone that talks about things like this. So there is some breaking news if you are interested that unfortunately Prince Philip has died at the age of 99. Yes. So moving on to fantasy football, I suppose. Let's just quickly move on to it. Let's just gloss over what I'm doing. So yesterday, talking of Twitter, actually, I'll bring it up on screen here now. So I tweeted out this. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at StevoRealTalk. I'll bring it up on screen there. So there I am. I put this up on the screen. This is my new Twitter account. So if you're not following me on my new Twitter account, you enjoyed me posting things about XFM and the bill and stuff, by all means. So yesterday I uploaded this. There we are. Anybody see this? If it actually comes up. Anybody see this at all? Anybody? Hello, Tips. Hello, Harry. I was actually doing an impression of Lockstock revolving around a character called Harry. Atcha Harry. So, did anybody see this on Twitter yesterday? So, yes, -8. Has Stevo done a -8? And I know Dread commented on it, essentially saying words to the effect of, if no one's wildcarding, have people just taken a -8? Well, that was a bit cheeky of me, because actually that there is the official piece of paper. So what I'll do is I'll put myself up on big screen. Woo! Do you know, it's really weird. On here I look like I've got facial hair, but in the mirror, I don't have any. That's what it actually says. Transfer done. Tierney injured to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Was thinking of a -8, which would have been Kevin De Bruyne and Antonio to Kane and Neto. But I think Harry will agree with this. I just think that getting rid of Kevin De Bruyne in a favourable fixture is ridiculous. I just think that is just shooting myself in the foot. So I just thought, well, I'm going to do it next week. Harry Kane in for Antonio and Kevin De Bruyne out for Neto. I don't think a -8 would pay off this specific week, so I can just bring up my team here. Yes, yeah. As Harry Hill goes, yeah, yeah. How the hell have I been streaming for 1 hour and 15 minutes? Christ, that's ridiculous. How the hell has that happened? Oh, by the way, Dan, I watched the part of the Breaking Bad episode where Jesse's about to be shot. And then, of course, Todd pops in. Please, no spoilers. But Jesse comes in, about to get shot, and then Todd goes, "No, we need him. He's been speaking to the police." Ugh. Anyway, no spoilers. But yeah, there's my team up on screen. What's Harry saying there? Why is that just gone and done that for? Hello, Capkin. Taking any calls? I'm not, mate. I'm afraid. I'm not taking any specific. You're gonna have to just listen to me talking about whatever nonsense, basically. Thomas McStay, unless you're willing to stay along, and you can join me on a members video, because I always do Steve-O extra time. If you wanna come and mind me, there's another Harry here. Yeah, you're welcome to join me for a members video. What was Harry? Harry saying FPL tips is a hard one for a -4. I expect it to be a stronger City lineup than last week. Oh yeah, absolutely. Kevin De Bruyne will play. Dave Lister, will Cancelo play? No chance. I don't know with Cancelo, to be honest with you. I couldn't care less. Whether he starts or not. If he starts, he starts. If he doesn't, he doesn't. He's going to be getting out my team very shortly. But yeah, for people listening audio, Areola in goal. Cancelo, Alonso, Azpilicueta, Trent, my captain. Yeah, my captain. My cap in gaming. Salah, De Bruyne. Actually, Capkin, I was thinking of you, actually. Yeah, cool, Capkin. I'm nearly finished now, so just stay around. Jump in the Discord waiting room if you want. Just jump in there and I'll bring you on. There's something for members. Help support the show. Become a member. Salah, De Bruyne, captain. I'm sticking with De Bruyne, captain. Because basically, like I say, if he plays against teams like this at home, he always gets double-digit haul. So if he does play, I expect him. The only downside to De Bruyne is the fact that obviously it's the possibility that essentially that he may not start and then come on as a sub. That's my only issue with De Bruyne. Morning, Thomas McStay. Hello, mate. Ashgay, Captain DCL. No, useless. If I could get rid of him, I would. I'd get him gone out my team right now. So, Jota there, Lingard, Bamford, and Calvert-Lewin. I had this last week because it was a toss-up between Lingard and Antonio who to start. I stupidly went with Antonio because reading something on Twitter, I thought, it's just going to be sod's law that Antonio gets through his stats. He did nothing. And then this week it's the same thing, Rafinha or Bamford. I really do think that it's just going to be a flip of the coin. Ray Brafe, any watch-alongs for any matches? I'm definitely not going to be doing them, as I've expressed 1,000 times. I cannot stand them. But I don't know if Jason, just follow us on Twitter at Elite FPL. Jason may do a watch-along, but I definitely will not be doing them. Calvert-Lewin, once again, it's a toss-up between him or Rafinha. I'd rather have Calvert-Lewin because Everton's away record is excellent versus anybody, as essentially. Harry saying 1 week punt. Madison, Neto, Pereira. Who did I say to somebody this week? Who's got decent fixtures? I think 1 week punts for this specific game week. Someone from Arsenal. I know I was slating it, but Lacazette, Aubameyang, West Brom. I mean, Pereira. It's not like Southampton are great defensively. Genuinely, it's not like even though, ironically, even though I'm expecting it to be a low-scoring game, Pereira not such a bad shout. McNeil of Burnley. Genuinely, maybe Chris Wood. Newcastle, Joe Linton, Almiron. couple of them. Like I say, I'm expecting that to be quite an open game. Man City, Leeds. Oh God, I mean, Mahrez, potentially Sterling. Possibly. But, yeah, there's not many games for 1 week. But Leicester. Maddison. He's one to be absolutely looking at. Maddison. Talking of Discord, actually. So, a friend of the show, Vince Chapman. Jesus, Bilal. Yeah, Aguero. Yes. Aguero, very, very good. Brian, morning, pal. I'm captaining. Captain Game has become a member. Hey, nice one. No real standout for me. So he's going for Aubameyang. It's just his form, mate. His form is terrible. His form is shocking. So I wouldn't be going anywhere near Aubameyang, Brian. No way. I wouldn't be going anywhere near. Even though I've just said about differentials, I just don't think it's worth the risk on as a captain. But what was I going to do? Oh yes, Discord, and Vince Chapman's team. So I want to show you his. This is Vince Chapman's wildcard team, everybody. This is wildcard team. So let's bring it up on screen. This is Vince's team. He asked me what do I think of it. Forster and Fabianski. I mean, oh God. Diaz. Well, let's have a look at my notes, shall we? My notes of teams to look at. Right then, so teams that I was looking at in the running. Wolves, you've got none of them. West Ham United, you've got Fabianski. Get rid of him, Vince. I know you're going to be watching on the replay. Get rid of him, Fabianski for a start. Lingard, yeah, that's without question. Stick with Lingard, that's all you need. Tottenham, you got Harry Kane, yep, that's good coverage. Manchester City, you got the triple up. Gundogan, Sterling, Diaz. Now, obviously, I had written this before I thought about Champions League, and to be honest with you, I would not be. I've just looked at your team. You got Vardy. Right, you Forster, Diaz, Alexander-Arnold, Rudiger, Gundogan, Fernandes, Jota, Lingard, Sterling, Iheanacho, Kane, Fabianski, Vardy, Holding, Phillips. Vardy on the bench. Are you mad? Oh, Vince, this is the problem, isn't it, for a lot of people, is that depending on what formation... if I was in your shoes, Vince, I'd go 3-4-3. If you're adamant on having Vardy and Iheanacho, go 3-4-3 and get rid of... it's a toss-up between Gundogan and Sterling. Sterling a bit out of favour as he dropped out of the first team for Man City. You could argue, yes. Get rid of your. I'd get rid of your Man City assets, to be honest with you, and bring in a cheap midfielder that you're not going to play, and bring in someone like. If you're going to go Man City, Kevin De Bruyne, and just leave it with him, and then have a decent backup, like I don't know, like Neto or something, if anything. But Gundogan and Sterling, forget it. And who else? We've got Chelsea. You've got coverage there. Rudiger. Probably get another defender in, possibly from Chelsea. With the saving that you have from Gundogan and Sterling. And I've got Fulham, but that's only his backup. But, I mean, on paper, there's a very, 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 very strong team. But, dude. Vardy on the bench. Mate, that's a terrible decision. Even though I've just said that Vardy... If you're not going to play Vardy, don't have him in your wildcard team. Don't have him in your wildcard team, mate. In fact... rip it apart, Steve-O, Gabriel Derop saying. Well, I think... Dave Lister, Vardy to Salah. I don't think that... Is Salah really worth it? I think if you own him, you own him. If not, I don't think he's desperate to come in. Harry Dawson, his wildcard team. Pereira. So you're playing 3-5-2. Cody, nice. Shaw, nice. This obsession with Forster. What is this obsession with Forster? Nice backup keeper, but I'd rather, even though Aston Villa's fixtures are terrible at the moment, I wouldn't be bothering with that. No, Vince. Problems with that team. Fabianski, I think. Get someone else in. Who can we think of? Mendy, Emerson. Edison. If you want to spend big on a goalkeeper and want to have Forster's back up, I'd be going something like Edison or something like that. Get rid of one of your attacking City assets, probably, if not both. Vardy. Do not have Vardy as a flaming substitution. That's a ridiculous idea. That is ridiculous, even for you. In fact, do you know what? Me and Capkin are going to discuss this on a members video. So there we are. If you want to watch myself and Capkin, in fact, let's just quickly bring on I've got to come out of that screen, to come out in this screen, to put in that screen, to come out of that screen again. Let's just quickly put that up. Right. Let's just quickly say hello to Capkin. I need to get on air myself. Christ. Capkin, you just need to unmute your microphone and then we can have as they always say, a coherent conversation with each other. Let's just quickly bring him on air right now. And Capkin will join us any minute now. But what me and Capkin are going to do, this is going to be a nice plug for members actually. We're going to do a members video looking at Vince Chapman's team. Like I say, if you do enjoy the content myself and Jason produce and you want more of it, if you want to support the show, why not become a member? It's right next to the subscribe button. It just says join. Hit that button if you want to see more videos. You get to also be part of the Discord members chat. What do you call it? Menu. What would you call it? Discord users. What would you call that on the side? The menu. What would you call it? I can't even think. Whatever it is, you get to go in the members chat, speak with members, and also you're able to ask myself and Jason private messages, and we will do a video directed at your question. And all other sorts of nonsense regarding real life and everything. So, yeah. And if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button. And also, if you've enjoyed today's show, hit that like button as well. Other than that, I'm going to do Steve-O's Extra Time. I do it after every single stream, talking about anything really. So yeah, other than that, cheers everybody for watching, and myself will catch you God knows when, but I know for a fact that lots of members will members thread. Thank you, the thread. Cheers Paulie and Bilal. Yeah, I'm sure many people will be able to see some of the videos that I do as well. So, cheers everyone, and catch you later. Good luck all. Good luck.